So we love these jobs when people, they've been to other shops for a couple times. We're not going to throw them under the bus. We don't do that here, but we love to figure out what you missed. So here we go. Hey, Caden, are we finally getting to this thing?
Yeah.
Holy smoke, it's like a week behind, aren't we?
Yeah, we're a week behind.
So, what year is this?
It's a 2017
What is it?
Nissan Titan with the Cummins.
Uh-huh.
And it has 70,000 on it, and it's making a noise. Yeah, there's a little noise.
Little noise. Have we checked the oil yet?
I checked the oil.
You did? And it's up?
It's up on the dipstick.
Why don't you pop the hood while you start it? Let me listen to it.
All right.
Oh boy. Go ahead. Rev it up a little bit. Whoa, 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 easy, buddy, easy. Just bring it up slow to like, 2,000.
All right.
Okay, calm, let it go, come down. Let's just let it warm up a little bit. I don't hear anything too weird right now.
Nope.
So what kind of noise was he complaining about?
From what I heard, it was kind of something lower end. It was just a tiny little squeak / tick. It was very slight. Questioning if it was part of the serpentine belt or if it was a lower end noise.
Let's let it warm up. Well, it's kind of cold out here. I know we're in short sleeves, but it's still been chilly today. But let's let it warm up, and then let's listen to it. If it sounds like engine, the next thing we'll do is like cut a filter open and have a look. Filter's easy to get to.
Yep.
That's the fuel filter though, right?
Fuel filter.
Yeah.
Oil filter just down at the bottom.
Yeah. It's still pretty easy.
Yep.
All right, let's rev it up a little bit. Let's see if it makes any noise. You've had one of these out before, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Let's go for a drive. Thing gets up and goes pretty good, don't it?
Yeah, runs real good.
What's that noise? Do you hear that?
Yep.
What is that?
That's the exhaust.
I know. I don't think that's... I know it's exhausted, but I'm like, what do you think? I don't think you should be whistling like that, do you?
Nope.
But it sounds like it's more in the rear. Is that where it's coming from?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you smiling about, dude? I'm trying to figure this car out.
Oh, it's deleted.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So he's got this thing straight piped.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder you're giggling, dude. We're not doing anything wrong here. Go rev that up a little bit for me. Let me listen to it,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Rev it a little bit. I hear that turbo. I mean, the thing's whistling like crazy because of this exhaust. Sounds like a dang jet engine back here. But let me call the guy. I don't hear it.
Okay.
You're hearing things, dude. What's the guy said he has an engine noise? He thinks it's fuel knock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it only does it when it's warmed up. It goes away after it cools down.
I just warmed it up. I didn't hear any fuel knock. But
Interesting.
I'm not getting it like really warmed up.
Yeah, when
And he's got he's had
check engine light. The knock happens when the check engine light turns on.
And what's the code? Because it ain't got no check engine light on it now. I haven't scanned it yet for history, but.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I do have invoices. I got 2 of them.
From
I'd have to.
Dealer?
Yeah, from the dealership. He's taken it back to the dealership multiple occasions.
Thing's straight pipe, dude. Dealer worked on it?
That's
We're
yeah,
not telling anybody who it is, dude. We don't got to go down that road. But I
All the-
mean, it's straight piped.
yeah, yes, and they know, and that's why they're.
Did we have them sign a release?
It's signed. Yes, 100%.
There you go.
So-
Everybody, EPA, you watching this? Got it.
Yep, I signed. I had him sign it. So
Okay.
and I don't exactly.
What did the
remember.
dealer say was wrong with it?
They keep throwing an injector in it.
Ah.
So
okay,
there was an injector
okay.
code. I'm trying to remember the exact number.
Where's this history?
It's in the truck.
Jeez. Apparently, there's history on this thing. Do you know about the history?
No?
Well, it's in the truck, you said. Did you not read the ticket? I didn't read the ticket. Maybe that's what I should do. Because if this information, here, let me see that now. Oh my goodness.
It was the misfires, huh?
So it keeps getting a misfire on injector number 5. We resealed injector number 7. This thing's been to the dealer twice. And it's 62,000, 67, so 5,000 miles later. How many miles are on it now?
75.
Oh, I love these, man. I love it. You know, life is a competition, and I like to win. So when somebody, how about you, Caden? You like to win?
Yes.
I love to win. So we love these jobs when people, they've been to other shops for a couple times. We're not going to throw them under the bus. We don't do that here, but we love to figure out what you missed. So here we go. Let's look at it like that. Let's look at it like this is a competition, and I want you to figure out. Now it doesn't have a check engine light on now.
Nope.
But let's run some tests. I'm going to give you. You're smarter than a whip, dude. Let me give you like a half hour to kind of look this over, and that's what we're going to do. But even before I call the guy, okay?
Okay.
May the force be with you, dude.
So first things first, we gotta make sure there's nothing contaminated in the system. So I think I'm gonna pull the fuel filter first. And if we don't see anything there, this does have the CP4 on it. So I definitely want to pull the quantity valve to see if there's anything on there. Any fuel contaminants. I'm not seeing any metal. I don't see any metal contaminants in there either. So this does have a CP4 on it. So I think next step is going to be pull that quantity valve, see if there's any contaminants there. And if there isn't, then we do know that the fuel system's good for now. We'll need to drive this to make sure those codes return on those 2 injectors. Once they return, that can lead us down a path of, is it a circuit code, is it an injector code, or is it a misfire code? Then we can swap injectors over to a different bank and cylinder and see if it follows or if it stays on those 2 holes.
So check it out. Can you guess what it is? More cranes. I need to be moving machines and equipment, machine shop stuff around, and it makes it safer and a lot easier on my guys. So I just bought 80 feet long, 25 foot wide bridge crane. So apparently I got a Nissan Titan in here that's intermittently making a bad noise, and they say now it's making the noise. So let's go check it out. I got a low pressure fuel light flashing on.
Okay.
And a check engine light, and it's got a mist. You hear it?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear it. It's going bump, bump. You hear it? Yeah, listen to it. You'll hear it. Hear it? There. Yeah. It's misfired. And when it misfires, it smokes too. Pull the hood, dude. Yeah, listen. Yeah, there's the noise. But it's misfiring. The guy does have a real problem here. Now we had this has got a CP4 on it. And we had the filter part and we didn't see anything. It doesn't sound good. I'm gonna turn it off.
Ooh-wee. Injector circuit open, cylinder 5, and low pressure fuel system.
Well, it would have, if the injector was open, you'd lose.
Circuit.
You'd be losing high pressure.
Yeah.
That explains the knocking noise. It's just adding way too much fuel. And it's the smoke and the noise. So the next step is we got to look at that circuit. We got to go in and look at that injector. Number 5 again, huh? That's what he's replaced like twice at the dealer.
Yeah.
I doubt if it's a bad injector, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely want to see their fuel system and how it circulates, and then pull the tank. Just verify, because it's got a CP4.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree.
Could be.
Let me call the guy.
Yeah.
This is like we've been playing phone tag today, like a serious phone tag game, man. Thanks for finally calling back.
No problem. I work at a mine, so I don't get cell service underground.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's probably kind of hard to get. Does that ever freak you out?
No, I've been in deeper ones before.
I guess once you're in a hole and it's dark and you're underground, you're underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That's cool. Your Nissan, we finally got it to start making that noise. And it's definitely an engine knock from a fuel issue. We also, the check engine light did come on. It is for that number 5 cylinder. And we also saw the low fuel pressure light come on. Did you see that come on too?
I have not actually ever seen that one come on.
Yeah, we had a message center in the center and it says low fuel pressure. And which makes sense, because if the injector is stuck open, when it knocks, it does make a very nasty sound, and you're getting a lot of black smoke out of the tailpipe.
Yeah.
And so that low fuel pressure would be that injector staying open, and it would lower the pressure in the rail, so it all makes sense. But here's what we, according to my schematic, cylinder number 5 is the 3rd hole back on the passenger side of that motor. This is what I want to make sure of. That's what I show in my repair manual on that motor, identified as cylinder number 5, 3rd back on the passenger side. Did the dealer happen to tell you, I know they replaced, you've had it in there multiple times and they just kept throwing an injector at it. I know they told you cylinder number 5, but did they happen to mention was the driver's or passenger side?
I believe they told me passenger, but
Yeah.
that's so long ago I could be wrong.
Well, that's what I show. I just wanted to make sure, because sometimes, but they're showing it as the passenger side. So here's where we need to go with this. It's intermittent. First, when you brought me the truck, I was like, well, it didn't happen. I took it on a good drive, never happened. It can only be a few things. First thing would be mechanical. It's got a bad injector. For some reason, there is a possibility. First injector's bad, second injector's bad, third injector's bad. There is that possibility. Now, you and me and anybody else listening to this is going to go, well, that's kind of rare. That just can't be. Well, I wish that was true, but it's not. They can make a batch of bad injectors and put them out for sale, and they're all, they're not good. We need to just go in a little more. I want to check the pigtail, which is the connector at the injector in the harness. And then if we don't find a problem, I'm going to want to get another injector and put it in there. And then I'm going to want to send your injector out and have it tested. It's not going to cost that much more, and test it. I honestly, I don't know what else to do to start.
Yeah.
I know you've had a dealer put it, multiple injectors in it, and it keeps coming back. So it probably isn't an injector. That's why I'm going to really check the electrical connector and all that real good. That's where we got to start. I wish I had something that made you feel like, oh, they figured it out. It's a weird thing, man, with the same hole, and you've already had it looked at a couple of times. So, with your permission, we're just going to get another injector. We're going to go ahead and put that in there, check our connector, send that injector out for testing, and see what kind of results we get on it.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll talk to you sometime next week. Keep your fingers crossed.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you very much, man. Stay safe.
Yep.
Bye-bye. Sometimes we sure like it when we can definitively tell a customer, hey, we found what the problem is, especially when they have it, they've had it to other shops or the dealer multiple times with the same issue. That's always, it's nice for us. It makes us feel good, look good. and the customer sure loves it. But that doesn't always happen. You know, we don't always have like that. But I think he understands that, so we're going to do what I told him we're going to do. And my guess is if we don't have another injector that's bad, which it's possible, but gosh, you'd think like by the third or fourth one you wouldn't have that problem. I think we probably have a bad pigtail, a connector, or a wiring harness issue. I think that's what's happening, and it's dropping the signal.
Funny thing is, I charged them before I left. Might need new batteries. One more jump pack, hang on. I'm gonna clear the codes. It has a code stating that there's no fuel pressure. So I'm just gonna see if I can clear it and make it start. Oh, there we go. All right. All right, let's steam clean it off first, so then we have a clean area before we put in the injector, and then we'll get down to it. All right, so we got a new injector that we're going to replace, as well as we're going to do a pigtail, just so there's no bad terminal tension or contact or anything. Program the injector and then go for a test drive. Go. Looks pretty shiny. All right, with the injector out, I'm just gonna blow the hole out a little bit, and then I'll pop the new one in. Just gonna lube up the O-ring a little bit with assembly lube, and should be good to go. Okay, I found a good spot, and I chopped the old pigtail off, and then I prepped this one. I put my crimps on and then got my heat shrink ready. I like using the traditional crimps instead of the ones that come with it. Just in tight areas like this where I'm putting it back on the wiring harness, I like doing it this way just because once I heat shrink that, it's a lot thinner and a lot easier to maneuver and tape up. And it doesn't just look like I did a wire repair there when I tape it up. It isn't huge and bulky. Okay.
Mr. Smiley, that's why I call you. Everybody, Caden's having a baby. He's not having a baby. But he's going to be a father. We know it's a boy. We know It's a little boy, right?
Yes, we do.
Caden, that's so awesome. You're gonna be such a good dad, dude. Honestly. Anyway,
Thanks,
okay,
dude.
this is that one. The guy had had it to the dealer a couple times,
Yep.
and we put a new pigtail on the injector that keeps tripping and failing. Did you see anything wrong with the old pigtail? Let me see it.
I didn't see anything weird.
Let me check it out. You didn't see anything weird?
Nope. Besides for me twisting with it.
Yeah, you twisted
that.
that, right? Okay. Well, you know, you wouldn't see anything weird unless you, well, if you actually look down in there, I'm going to tell you. Okay? Tell me what you see different in that.
Oh yeah, the
pins are gone.
pins, yeah,
Yeah, you can't
they're
even see
smushed
'em.
down, yeah.
Yeah, you can't even see them on the one side. You can see the pins coming on this side, but you can't see the pins on that side.
Yep.
That's why you want to take a close look, dude. Condition, cause correction, confirm. For me, that would be a confirmation that, you know, that condition, that pigtail is
Wasn't getting
bad.
the signal it
Yeah.
needed.
And it was intermittent, dude. You know, thermal expansion, contractional, that's enough space to cause that problem.
Yeah. That's a common issue on Duramaxes. They came out with the bullets, and I know there's not many of these, but this is the exact same plug on a Duramax. And
What? No, this,
Yeah.
and the plot thickens. The plot thickens. Okay, I didn't know this, so tell me this. This is the same plug on a Duramax?
for LB7 and LMM, that's the same exact.
Pay attention, folks. Do you see this guy? He's like Google.
Yeah, so for the LB7 and for LMM, that's the same exact injector plug. And
there's a technical service bulletin on
yeah,
that.
common issue with lack of terminal tension. And
Get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
There you go. Remember, confirmation. I'd say that's even additional confirmation.
Yep.
Cool, man. Let's go for a drive. Don't you love fixing stuff, Caden?
Yep,
You're good at it, man.
feels good.
You weather tighted those connectors? You used
Yeah.
a heat sink?
Yep,
Terminal?
use some heat shrink on it and
Good.
wrapped it up real good.
Runs great, man. Here's what I want, just to confirm the whole repair now. I want you to go ahead and let's put 100 miles on it before we ship it back to the guy. Because
Okay.
there's nothing I want to make sure. He had it to the dealer twice and they couldn't get it right.
Yeah.
I want to make dang sure that we come out smelling like roses, dude. So put 100 miles on it, make sure it's all good. And then what I would recommend is that, you know, right now there's no other misfires. And always had a problem with is on that cylinder number 5 injector. But I would put on the ticket a reminder to him that he could have problems in the future based on that information, that juicy information you gave us about
Yeah.
the Duramax injector. That way we cover our butts. Okay? Cool, dude. This thing gets up in boogies, man.
I think it's pretty quick.
Another one bites the dust.